The leaders of Japan and the Philippines met on Sunday at a special summit in Tokyo. Both the countries bolstered their maritime ties with the exchange of a memorandum of cooperation between the two countries' coast guards at the bilateral meeting. The Philippines and Japan have started talks on a reciprocal access agreement that would allow the deployment of military forces on each other's soil amid growing tensions in the region. Japan also has maritime disputes with China. Earlier on Sunday, Japanese Prime Minister Kishida met with Thai Prime Minister after a summit with Association of Southeast Asian Nations leaders in Tokyo. They discussed various topics ranging from security to economic cooperation. Japan is hosting a three-day special summit from December 16 to 18 that commemorates the 50 years of ties between Japan and the grouping. Well, Chris Gilbert joins us with more from Tokyo. Chris, what latest are you getting for us on this?
Well, Monday today is the third day of talks, and it's going to be focused on ASEC. That's the Asia Zero Emissions Community. Japan is going to be involved, of course, as co-host, and Australia is joining as well. But as far as the 50th commemorative summit between Japan and ASEAN goes, that all wrapped up on Sunday with a joint statement. It's quite an interesting one as well. It's reasonably detailed, but for the broad brushstrokes, it links together the AOIP and the FOIP. Now, what those are is the ASEAN outlook for the Indo-Pacific and Japan's free and open Indo-Pacific. The ASEAN outlook really focuses on ASEAN centrality to cooperation in the region. Japan's free and open Indo-Pacific focuses on really, well, it's a catchphrase really, to counter and oppose as a dog whistle any military assertiveness by countries such as China and North Korea. This was thought it was by experts like it was going to be a very security-focused summit, and as well as the economic side of things it has as well. It draws back the joint statement to the UN Charter on maritime law. This is very pertinent for ASEAN countries such as the Philippines, such as Malaysia, Brunei and Vietnam, which are all front-facing towards China in that part of the world. And it also draws together and strengthens strategic comprehensive partnerships with Japan based on heart-to-heart people encounters, the movement of students and business people between the countries, new economies and supply chain security, and peace and stability. So as I say, especially compared to previous summits, the expectation that it was going to be security-focused and fronted does seem to have been realized.
Okay. What else can we expect from this summit?
Yeah, it's had a number of deliverables already. As I say, today is going to be the day of talks focused on how this part of the world, the Asia Pacific, can focus on zero emissions. And considering the summer that we've all experienced in the northern hemisphere, that may be more important than ever. Japan is looking to front foot itself as a leader of Asia Pacific communities, especially harking back to its G7 commitments to invest in global South countries. It does seem to be making good on that promise with $35 billion of new investment over the next 5 years just announced from this summit. That is going into things such as next generation automobiles, for example, which may not be as heavily polluting as the automobiles that are currently being used in ASEAN countries. But there is pressure on Japan to be leading this charge. I mean, just looking at my Instagram ads, there are NGOs here in Japan advertising for Japan to clean up its reputation around dirty energy, to be a leader for ASEAN countries about converting and transitioning to clean energy. So it'll be interesting to see what the results of those talks are today.
All right, with this, thank you so much, Chris, for joining in.